Hey, Vi family, this is Dr. coming at you today for another Wednesday health tip. Today we're talking about something that you can do throughout the day to help your joints, your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments to rest, to provide nourishment because the fluid is moving around, and to get stuff, out of there that's not shouldn't be in there, like dust and debris or anything like that. So that concept is fantastic. You do it throughout the day and you don't even think about it, and your eyes are healthier for it. You can see you're not getting stuff in your eye. It just does it automatically because it knows it has to. So the same thing, we can transition that concept into the musculoskeletal system, which is your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments, and your joints, because, and what we see here every single day in the office, is pain. When we're not lubricating the joint, when we're not getting movement, the correct movement, things tend to not go right. And you experience that in the form of pain and other symptoms. So an example of what I'm going to be talking about is we sit for long periods of time. In our ever increasing digital society, we sit for longer and longer. It's not bad if it becomes a habit and a problem. And one thing that I talk about a lot is Wolff's Law. And so that law, it just applies to structures, specifically like bone. And that's what I'm going to talk about specifically to bone, is that your body adapts to the pressure, and your bones adapt, your muscles adapt to the pressure that's put upon it, the stress and strain that's put upon it. And so you get more bone density the more that you use it, because you're having to put a lot more pressure through those bones. And so the same concept is with sitting, right? So when you sit, you're at a 90-degree angle for the most part. And what happens is a major hip flexor, which I'm going to get my spine out here. And so a major hip flexor, so this is just the spine and the pelvis. But a major hip flexor, your psoas muscle, sits right here, and it actually attaches down to your femur. And so what that does is it helps to bring your femur, your leg, up here, your thigh, right? And so what happens is when you sit, your leg is, say like this, your leg's right here for the most part, it becomes shortened instead of lengthened, because whenever you stand up, it becomes longer. And so what happens is, over time, the more that you do that, your body adapts to it and it becomes shorter. And so when you stand up, it pulls on that lumbar spine because it attaches to that lumbar spine, the discs along here. It can pull those forward a little bit. And so when you adapt in the wrong way, it becomes a problem, because then you can start experiencing back pain. You can start to experience even leg pain, like radiating symptoms into the leg, the thigh. And so that's not good. And so we need to keep that limber. We need to keep that mobile. And so a blink specifically applied to this area of the spine, say you sit for a long time, you do this. A common, and what I talk about a lot, a common way to fix that, correct that, is a blink. But what we do is every hour that you sit, you want to stand up. I encourage you to do it more, but if you can start at an hour, that way you get in a routine. So every hour that you sit, you need to stand up and do some back bends. So what that is you just stand up and you can do the exact opposite image. So you stand up and you just do some back bends like this right here. So I'll come into the camera here. So that's all you do, is just do a back bend. So what that allows you to do is to stretch those muscles out, as well as put pressure on the opposite side of the vertebra and the disc, so that you don't experience this shortening in the front all the time, the ligaments and even the disc space. And so what this does is it helps to, essentially it's a blink for your spine. It's allowing the fluid to move around, the structures to get away debris, and so that you're not experiencing like scar tissue and a shortened contracture, which is just a permanent, shortening of the ligament. And so when you do this throughout the day, you're actually changing the way the structure is and the way the structure moves. So this right here is a fantastic way sorry, excuse me, to get those blinks in, so to speak. So if you can do that specifically for the low back area, get up and do some back bends once an hour, and you do 10 of those. So I do 3 sets of 10. So 10 repetitions 3 times. And it's very easy. I mean, it takes 30 seconds, right? It's nothing that's going to take a whole day to do, or even 10 minutes to do. That's all you have to do, is just stand up and do some back bends, and you'll be healthier for it. But the key is staying consistent with doing that. You blink throughout the day. You don't blink once through one time a day and then you're good the rest of the day. You constantly or consistently blinking throughout the day. So that's just one thing that you can do for the spine. There's other ways that we'll go over in future videos that you can help with the neck, mid-back. So if you have any questions, as always, contact me, and hope you're having a great day.